Hey, welcome back to the Insider. And today I'm here with my homie Josh from Santa Maria. And before we get started, I know we're going to talk about the playoffs and your Lakers not doing so well. Um, I wanted to ask you on your thoughts on the Mayweather and Logan Paul fight. What you think on that?
I think it's probably the smartest thing Logan Paul has done because any event that involves Mayweather is going to bring a lot of money. Like Mayweather is, I think, the number one paid athlete like in history.
Yeah.
So any person that gets in the ring with Mayweather is going to get a huge payday. Plus, I believe the percentages of pay-per-view like revenue and everything they're splitting. I don't know the percentage
On
wise, but
on I think sorry to interrupt you. The
no.
percent with Mayweather he gets 10%, and then Logan
Mhm.
Paul get no Logan gets 10, Mayweather gets 50. So I'm
There you
like,
go.
damn, you see
But even 10%, like that's gonna be a lot of money.
it is.
That's because that's beside the point, or excuse me, that's beside the amount that they're receiving to just get into the ring, and then there's the winner bonus and like stuff like that. Like it's pretty ridiculous. Like I think it's the smartest thing he has done. Um, and I'm pretty sure the question you're asking is if Logan Paul has a chance. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I love Logan Paul. I love his
Me too.
podcast. I really I actually have some of his merch. So I like that just proves that like I
I was
actually
I
do.
was I was about to get some of his merch too.
Yeah, I actually do follow Logan Paul like a lot. I was actually even part of the Maverick Club. Like I was
Uh
paying I'm telling you like I was actually I'm really hyped on him. And I don't think he has a chance.
no
I think
chance.
he has a slim chance. Um, but the problem I've seen with his last two fights with KSI is that he's scared to throw the right. I don't know why. He has a very good jab. Like he has a really good jab. Like he was beating KSI with just his jab, but he lost. I believe he lost both fights, even though the other one was a draw. But I think he lost both fights. But I think he was beating him with the jab, and but he wasn't throwing his right at all. Like I don't know if he was scared or if that was his game plan. But in both fights, he was just jabbing and he was hitting him and connecting well, but he doesn't know how to like release with that right.
I mean, I don't really know about boxing. I'm gonna watch it because of Logan Paul, and like I'm gonna watch Jake Paul fight that UFC fighter just because I'm brothers with Logan. I've never been into boxing, but as I'm not sure if you saw him on an interview with Max Kellerman, he brings lots of new um, attention. Like I wouldn't watch boxing before,
Right.
but because of them, I'm gonna watch the fight. And I do I don't know why, but I feel like well he has a better chance than me and you who are not getting in the ring. He's getting in the ring, so I believe he has a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's gonna win. I do
I
ten
mean, the
percent
only
chance.
way he'll win is like by luck because Logan Paul is significantly larger than Mayweather.
And he's gonna win.
So
I think 30 pounds more than him.
30 pounds, yeah. So I mean, there's always a chance of getting a lucky punch, but you also have to remember that Mayweather and I'm gonna be completely honest, I hate Mayweather. Like
Me
I grew
too.
up hating Mayweather, but I have to give him respect because he is probably the greatest boxer of all time, and I think he's probably the smartest boxer of all time
That's what
because
we
he
said smartest.
yeah, because like remember how we had the conversation with Tom Brady? Like
Yeah,
is he the GOAT or is he like the smartest and stuff like that?
yeah.
Um, I like how you said no, but it's stuff like that. Like Mayweather goes down in history with 50 and no. He goes down with a perfect record, but then he also goes down as one of the smartest boxers of all time. And you look at his style of fighting, he's gonna dodge your punches, he's gonna counter punch. And I feel like Logan's gonna be easy to pick apart, someone that's not
um,
is not as experienced, someone that's gonna be trying to swing for the fences and trying to punch you, like he's gonna think like, oh, I'm bigger, I'm just gonna go in there and just try to knock him out. And Mayweather's just gonna, bob, weave, flip, it's not gonna be too difficult. He's been doing it against professionals. So who's to say he's not going to do it to an amateur or a pro? He ain't no pro.
well, I think by next week he's gonna be 50-1. He's gonna have his first L. That's what I
So
think.
you think Logan's going to win?
That's what I think. I don't know why, but my heart tells me. I don't know.
See, I want to believe that. I want to believe that Logan like has a chance, but in reality, the chances are very slim, very very slim.
Okay, well, if it's in the okay, first two rounds, if it's not over, Mayweather's gonna win. But if it's in the first two rounds, I believe Mayweather, Logan Paul has the dub. I don't know, just like one punch, because he is gonna be way stronger than him.
See, if it was Jake, I think he would have a more of a chance because I
Oh
think
yeah,
Jake is a lot better boxer than Logan. That's what
what
I'm saying. Even then, Mayweather chose the right brother.
he did.
I'm telling you, Mayweather is the smartest boxer of all time. He chooses his opponent wisely at the right time.
All right. Well, I guess you have Mayweather. I have Logan. Let's see what happens. I don't want to bet on it because the bets are not in my favor. But I mean, let's
What?
move on.
Wait, sorry, but do you know the odds? Like Vegas
Oh,
odds?
dude, it's crazy. I saw him in the beginning. It was crazy. It was like not even
Let me search that up.
0.5% that
Uh,
Logan Paul was gonna win. Oh damn.
Vegas odds.
It's not in his favor. I'll tell you that.
So it says Logan Paul betting odds.
He
You could
has
bet 20.
16.7%
Mhm.
chance of. It's crazy.
So according to this, he's minus 800. Or excuse me, Mayweather's minus 800.
Yeah.
Um, and Logan, it is at plus 500. So if you bet like $100, you'll get 500. You'll profit 500.
Some people were saying that it was gonna be rigged and like that Mayweather was gonna just he was gonna lose on purpose so he could make that extra money. Like he was gonna bet on Logan.
It would be smart, honestly. That would be super smart. Like let's say like you put like 32 million
You
at
see how much
plus
money you get?
500. That's and you still get all the money from like the revenue and everything. Like I don't know. That's pretty
But
smart.
I doubt he. I saw it on TikTok. I doubt he would do that, but I was like, if he does that, I'm like, hey, let's go. Logan wins. But it would affect him so much. Like he has so much to lose. Mayweather has Logan has nothing to lose.
Well, but in reality, like, and I know you wanted to go on with this conversation, but
Yeah,
we're kind of like dragging it. But in reality, what does he have to lose? Like, I mean, they're gonna tell him like, oh, you lost, a YouTuber. Like they're gonna tell him like, oh, you lost, but it doesn't go on his professional
it
record.
doesn't.
It's an exhibition fight.
I know. Uh, I just feel
I mean, it's
he
kind
has a
of just
lot of
like
things.
morally, like people are gonna talk crap about him, but Mayweather has never cared about that.
He's not gonna. Yeah, you're right. Well,
It's all about money.
the money. Yeah, the money team. Well, I guess we're gonna move on to the playoffs, and we see the
Ooh, sorry to cut you off, but I just
go for it.
realized you got new edition shoes. I just realized that.
Oh, the shoes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got the UNCs. I got some new dunks that I haven't opened yet. I want to open them, and I have the two. I've seen them, the LeBron and MJ
Yeah,
before.
you showed me them last time.
Yeah. I I don't know. That's it. Well, we see the East and the West, right? The East is already done for the conference semifinals. The West, we haven't even finished the first round, so we see the West is way more competitive. And are you worried about your Lakers or not?
Am I worried about the Lakers? I think they're getting eliminated tonight.
Yeah, really?
As a Lakers fan, I hope they don't. But in reality, and I told you this like since the first podcast,
Yeah,
Lakers are not as strong as last year. The pieces they tried to get this year are not as good, and obviously, health has been a very big problem with
especially in
LeBron, with
AD.
AD, especially AD. And I think the Lakers get eliminated. LeBron gets eliminated
In
in
the
the
first
first
round
round for
for
the
his
first
first
time in
time.
his career.
Crazy.
Um, I think
He's,
even if AD comes back tonight, he's been playing inconsistent. Like he has not been playing consistent, and it's not because he's not a great basketball player. He's absolutely great. But I think with the injuries and everything, you gotta have time to like, get the feel of the ball. Like when I saw him come back from injury, he was airballing, he was making
uh,
shot or missing shots that he's normally making, and I'm
yeah.
like, he's not feeling himself. So I don't want to believe it. Like my heart says, like no, Lakers have a chance, but I think the Suns eliminate the Lakers tonight.
So, you think Street Clothes is gonna play tonight? As just
What was that?
Street Clothes is gonna play tonight or no?
I don't know. Like,
You saw his nickname?
yeah, I don't
I
know,
thought it was
dude.
funny.
I even if he plays or not, I feel like we get eliminated. Like I'm telling you, like I don't want to
That's
believe it.
crazy.
I don't want to believe it, but you have to look at, and I told you since last time, the Phoenix Suns three, Chris Paul, Aiton, and Booker, they've been playing phenomenal. They've been playing great.
You know who surprised me the most? DeAndre Ayton. He
Yep,
surprised me the most. I was like,
yep.
no way, bro. He's having a
He,
great series.
yep. He not only is he doing great defensively, he's doing great offensively with AD and Drummond,
He
which
hasn't
no
had a
one
bad
ever
game.
expected. Uh-huh.
He
Hasn't
hasn't
had a
had this
bad game.
series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
He's
what?
stepping it up. And I think that's going to be the difference. That has been the difference. Let me
Yes.
rephrase that. That has been the difference. That Aiden stepped it up
That's crazy. Because we saw Chris Paul, he had like 2 bad games due to his
with the
shoulder.
shoulder. Mm-hmm.
And even though the Suns weren't playing great basketball, DeAndre Ayton, he kept
Stepped it
playing
up.
good. Even though they lost the 2 games, he played. He was the best player on the team. He was better than D-Book. I was like, bro, he was worth the #1 pick. Because
I don't know. I feel like Phoenix beats the Lakers in the first round. So as I just said a few minutes ago, LeBron gets eliminated in the first round for the first time in his career. But another thing is, I don't think Phoenix continues. I know you're hyped on Phoenix. I know you've
I
been.
love Phoenix,
I
bro.
know
Since the
you are. I know you've
beginning,
been.
dude,
Yeah,
I've
you've
told
been
you in the
telling.
first podcast, I was like, they're gonna go deep.
I don't think so though. I think okay. So let me say this. I think they could beat the Mavericks. I think they could beat Luka. I think they
Okay,
could beat the
well,
Mavericks.
if they beat the Lakers, they're gonna either have Denver or Portland, and then if they beat that, then they go either to what? Either the Jazz or I have Dallas winning
Yeah.
against the Clippers.
They'll play the higher seed.
Yeah,
Or no, excuse me, no. Since Phoenix is two, they'll play the lower seed. So yeah, they'll play. They'll either
either
play
Portland.
Portland or Denver, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think they lose to Denver. They might beat Portland, but I think if it goes down to the other side of the bracket, I think they would lose to the Clippers, but I think the Mavs would beat them, which is weird because the Mavs are beating the Clippers.
it's a matchup.
It's the matchup, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, hopefully the Suns do make a run, dude. And I was on them since the beginning before, like even they were the second seed. I think they were like fifth or sixth. And I was like, bro, I like this team because I was watching them play, and I was like, bro, Chris Paul brings the leadership. They had the talent last year. They just
Right.
needed somewhere like, oh, I'm gonna add I'm gonna do this. It was like Tom Brady with the Bucks. The Bucks had the talent. They just needed somebody to come in, show the
They
leadership that
needed a
Tom Brady
leader.
had, and that's Chris Paul. Even though I hate Tom Brady, but Chris Paul's a leader they needed, and now look at where they're at. They're up 3-2 on the Lakers.
Yeah. I hurt Lakers, but yeah,
It's still the
3-2 on the Lakers.
Lakers. It's still the
No,
Lakers.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no excuse. They're still beating the Lakers.
And they have LeBron James, the king.
Going back to what you said earlier, because you mentioned that the West is more competitive
For
than the East.
sure.
I can contradict you on that because you're saying like, oh, the East is already set and the West isn't.
You're saying
But
the
does
East has
that?
better teams. They have a better top
I told
four.
you. I told you since the first podcast I was in. I think whoever makes it out of the East wins. If
Oh,
it's the Bucks or the Nets or the 76ers, I think they beat whoever's in the West.
okay. Well, for me, if the Nets make it to the finals, they're not going to win it. For me, if the Bucks or 76ers make it, I believe they are going to win it. But okay, I guess I want to go back to the West and ask you about this team, either the Clippers and the Mavericks. Who do you think's going to win that series?
I hope Luka pulls it off.
Bro, Luka Magic, bro. He's playing
I
so.
love Luka.
Me too.
I named my dog after Luka. His name's literally Luka Doncic, just like him. So,
You should name him Luka Magic.
yeah, I should have. But I really love Luka. I really hope he could get this done, and next year would be his MVP season. But it's surprising me how deep the Mavericks are going because in the first podcast I was on, I mentioned how the Mavs aren't as good as last season, but I think Luka stepped it up even more this season, and he's pushing through because Porzingis is
He's not a number
not doing
two.
anything.
He's
He's
not a
not
number
doing
two.
anything. He is not doing anything. Sadly, like I think he's a phenomenal player, but since he got to the Mavs, he has not been playing how he should be, and
How is he
I feel like
7-3 and
Luka.
shooting threes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not getting boards. I think yesterday he finished with 5 points and 6 boards. And that's for a man that's like 7'3", I believe. That's really bad.
Yeah.
And the one who's been stepping it up for the Mavs is Tim Hardaway Jr. He is doing really good for the Mavs. Luka, he's been helping Luka, and the one that I haven't heard about, and I thought he would make a difference was JJ Redick. I thought he was gonna make a difference for the Mavs.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't heard. I haven't even. I've seen him play like once for the Mavs. Or I watched more Mavs games than Lakers games this season.
Bro, I forgot he was on the team.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like um I'm a hardcore Luka fan.
Me too.
I love
like
the Lakers,
Luka.
but I love Luka. So I'm very like hopeful that Luka could pull it off and beat the Clippers. Mainly because I hate Paul George and screw Kawhi and Paul George for not coming to the Lakers.
Well, I watched the Suns since my Rockets got eliminated towards like middle of the season. We couldn't even. It was like right after the All-Star game. It was like
The trade deadline
from the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, okay. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna go watch a new team. So then I switched to the Suns, dude, and I fell in love with them. But okay, so you believe I'm all over the place. You believe Dallas is gonna win? Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
Dallas.
And I mean, Utah won already. So, dude, this series, I believe it's gonna be the best series so far. Win the first round. The Denver against the Blazers. Have you been watching that one or not really?
Yeah, I have. I think Damian Lillard is a badass.
I don't like him, bro.
Oh, I know you don't like him, but I said, I love Damian Lillard. He's a badass point guard.
I guess he's not better than Steph. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, no. I like we said last time. I think he's top 3 for sure. But Steph is on another level.
Who's 2 then?
I think it would be Dame, honestly. Like because I don't like Kyrie. I think I don't like Kyrie. I think he's overrated. I know who's 3. LaMelo.
Really?
Already? No, just kidding. No, just kidding. No.
Wait.
Who do you think? I want to ask you a question. Who do you think wins Rookie of the Year? Sorry to get off topic, but who do you think wins Rookie of the Year?
Well, LaMelo has to win it, but I'm not sure if you watch any Rockets game. But Jayshawn Tate, he was a power forward. He was having a really good season. And I was like, he wasn't even in the conversation because he doesn't have like the name, he doesn't have the brand. Everybody else was like, what, top 3? But I was like, I believe he had a better season than Anthony Edwards, for sure. I don't know if he had a better season, and he didn't get hurt. He played every single game.
But do you think he did so good because the team was so crappy and he got like a lot of minutes, and like he was like kind of like the person like here gave him the ball and he got like the ball very frequently. In the case of Anthony Edwards, he has D'Angelo Russell that would get the ball. He also has Karl Anthony Towns, other pieces, and then Anthony Edwards.
Well, for me, it was he wouldn't even be the one like dribbling and coming down half court.
Oh, of course not. I would never give that to a power forward.
But defensively, I didn't even think he scored a lot of points, but he was just really good defensively. Like offense, he was like, I'm not gonna hype him up.
He still had really good points. Numbers.
I think he averaged like 15 points.
Which is great for a rookie.
Oh yeah, but I don't know why he didn't finish top 3. He should have finished at least top 3 with me. So that was crazy. I was like, no way. Like I didn't watch. I saw a little bit of LaMelo. I saw Anthony Edwards. Who was the other one? Another rookie. I forgot. But he should have finished top 3 in my book. And I'm not being biased at all. Like, my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's go to the East. What is your favorite matchup? No, never mind. I know the answer to that. Bucks and Nets, right?
Yeah, Bucks and Nets.
Who do you think's gonna win that series?
I was just talking to my uncle about this. This is a really tough one. I think the Nets can do it, but I'm hopeful that Giannis can pull it off.
Bro.
And I've mentioned this before because it's something that I constantly say that, Giannis can guard KD, but KD cannot guard Giannis.
That's true.
Giannis is way too strong and way too powerful.
And he's just better defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. No disrespect to KD. I think he's probably one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. because of his size and his athleticism.
I guess.
No, like dude,
No, no, no.
he's a 7 footer that could drain threes like
And
a point guard,
dribble. Yeah.
and he could dribble, and he's just so long. It's hard to guard him, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like I think Giannis can slow him down. I'm not saying he could stop KD. He could slow
But
him down.
for me, it's impossible to stop somebody in the NBA.
Mhm.
What you need to do, and I think I saw this. I heard this from a coach. You can never stop somebody. You could slow them down, but you
Exactly.
can't stop them.
Yeah, but think about it like this: Giannis gets KD out of the picture. He pushes him aside and kind of slows him down, as you said. Because it's true, you can't stop someone. You can only wish to slow them down. So he slows down KD. That puts it all on Harden. Because it's not going to be Kyrie. It's going to
And
be Harden.
you got Drew Holiday, bro. He's a
Exactly.
really good defense.
Drew Holiday, and then you still got Chris Middleton, who is pretty good defensively. But like I
And
said,
then
it
you
goes
got
down
PJ
with depth.
Tucker, bro.
And you got PJ Tucker. So
Solid defense, bro.
I'm pretty sure that the Bucks can pull it off. I hope they do.
Bro, I'm
But
80% sure the Bucks are winning the series. Like for me, it's not even. I'm not even thinking about it, bro. Because you see the matchup. So we saw Boston take a game away from, and he's like, we knew they were gonna win, right, against Boston. But I'm pretty sure nobody
an
saw the
injured
Bucks.
Boston.
Oh yeah, dude, they should have swept them.
No, but I'm saying they were injured.
Yeah, yeah. No, but like the Nets should have swept the
Mm,
the
yeah.
Celtics. But I believe nobody expected the Bucks to sweep the Miami Heat,
Mm,
right? So it's how they're having a really good. They're dogs compared to last year, bro. It was
yeah.
with I believe they needed Drew Holiday. They added him, and then they added PJ Tucker,
PJ
who I
Tucker.
believe is really good defensively. And I had the Suns as my favorites, but now I'm kind of switching a little bit to the Bucks. And I believe nobody's gonna stop them because they could guard any team defensively, but they could
Exactly.
also score offensively,
Four.
bro. Who's gonna stop Giannis?
And Nets have no defense.
Who's
They're
gonna
all
stop?
offense.
Who's gonna stop Giannis on the Nets?
That's why I'm saying like I think Giannis is gonna take over.
He has to. So I believe this is easy. Like I believe the Nets just have no. They could win 2 games
Yeah.
max, but I don't see them taking the Bucks to 7 games.
I
Is that
I
crazy?
no, it's realistic. It's realistic because I think so too. I think the Bucks are gonna win the series. Um, Now, like I said before, whoever makes it out of the East to the championship is going to win the championship. I don't think the West is as strong as the teams in the East this season. Um, if it's the Bucks, they're going to win. If it's the Nets, they're going to win. If it's the 76ers that make it to the championship, they're going to win.
I feel so bad for the
If the
76ers.
76ers are healthy.
I
Joel
feel
Embiid
so
just
bad.
had a slight meniscus tear, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't even
so
know how to say it, to be honest. I heard it. I don't want to say it wrong or pronounce it wrong.
yeah,
His
but
injury.
that sucks. But I truthfully believe like I think Bucks can take the series.
All right. Well, we're going to go to the next matchup, the 76ers against the Hawks. You think the 76ers could beat the Hawks with no Joel Embiid? That's
I
hard.
don't I think they can because the reason being Joel Embiid is a badass, but if you look at Clint Capella, he's not very like I like someone who's on
On the Rockets.
the Rockets. I really liked him. I still like Miles Turner more.
Oh, yeah. I believe Miles Turner is better than Clint Capella.
Yeah. Yeah, but Clint Capella is very good when it comes to boards and defensively. He's very, very good. But offensively, he is not the best. And
I
to
used to
size
hate
up,
him offensively.
yeah, he makes a lot of errors, and he seems very clumsy
He can't
when he
dribble
would
at
get the
all.
ball. Yeah. So I think um, I don't think he's gonna have a big game even without Joel Embiid. With Joel Embiid out, excuse me. He might have one game, maybe the first game, but I think Ben Simmons is gonna have to guard uh, Trae Young,
Ice Tray.
and I think he can. He's a big body. He's
Bro,
very good defensively.
he can. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I know. Well, I was just saying that Ben Simmons, like, well, he finished top 3 in defensive player of the year, and he doesn't just guard bigs. He could guard your center or he could guard your point guard.
He could guard 1 through 5.
Yeah, that's what I think. He's not like Rudy Gobert, who only like the big man. He guards anybody, and that's what I like about Ben Simmons. Like, he doesn't have a jump shot, he can't shoot threes, but look at everything else he does well.
Exactly.
He brings so much to your team. That's what I
I don't like Ben Simmons. I really don't.
think.
Not because he's not a good player. I just don't like him, his attitude, and like he's very cocky. But I have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
give him respect because he is very good, especially defensively. He has very good passing. He cannot shoot for crap, but just think about it like this: he's a 6'10" point guard. Is Trey Young going to be able to guard Ben Simmons? No.
I'll t- you you're right about that. So you have the 76ers, right?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a close series without Joel Embiid, but I think it's the 76ers still pull it off.
Well, people are saying he's gonna play like 2 or 3 games in this series,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I mean, if he doesn't play at all, I see it going to Game 7. If he plays
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3, those 2 or 3 games that he's played, they're gonna win. That's what I think.
See the big difference between like how I said like if AD plays, it's not going to make much of a difference. Like it will,
With
but
the 76ers,
just but with 76ers, Joel Embiid has such a big impact on the way they play the game. So I
well, it's a
think
whole
with
different
him being,
team. It's a whole
huh?
different team without
Yeah,
him.
it's a whole different team without him. So I think just with his presence there, he doesn't even have to have a great game or like a lot of points. He just needs to have his presence there, and they can do good.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the West, and you had the Lakers before, but you don't even have them coming out of the series. So who's your favorite to come out and make it to the finals?
I don't know. It doesn't really
It's
matter to
hard.
me. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly. Like I said, I don't think Phoenix can make it. Well, let me rephrase that. I think Phoenix can, depending on who they play. I don't think they'll win it all, but I think the way everyone's playing, it might be the Nuggets. Um,
The MVP Jokic, bro,
I think okay if they get past Portland,
or Denver.
um,
It's either Portland or Denver.
yeah, that's right. But if the Nuggets get past Portland, I think they can make a good push. But the Jazz are playing very well, especially with Donovan Mitchell back. So it's kind of up in the air. I think it might go more to the Jazz because they have an easier way to get there since they're the number one seed.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I said, I don't think Luka could do it all on his own. I mean, hell, even LeBron with the Lakers can't do it on his own. Luka can't do it on his own either.
Well, he's just
We're in a
younger.
yeah
He
we're in an era in the NBA that you need pieces. You need a super team. You need you know another superstar along with you, and Luka doesn't have that.
All right. I don't know. I- It's hard for me to pick somebody coming out the West, but I'm gonna stick with my pick in the bracket that I made. I'm gonna keep the Suns. I'm gonna keep the Suns just because how we mentioned in the beginning, DeAndre Ayton. If he keeps playing the way he is, he could guard Jokic. He could guard um any big in the West. Then um I want to say Dallas for some because I like Luca so much, but he doesn't have the pieces around him. He doesn't have a second. It's
Mm-hmm.
one, and there's just like okay, like pieces. There's no there's
Exactly.
who's your second best player in Dallas? One day it's Finney Smith. One day is what's his name? Um,
Hardaway Jr.
Hardaway Jr. One day is what's it called? The unicorn. So
God.
I'm gonna keep my pick with the Suns, but in the East, oh I'm gonna go and then I'll let you pick. I'm gonna go with the Bucks, bro. I see the Bucks making it to the finals, and my bracket is gonna be 100%. It's gonna be the Suns against the Bucks in the finals, just because the Bucks they're the best team defensively right now in the NBA.
And you have the Bucks winning or the
Uh,
Suns winning.
can I wait on that?
All right, you
but
can wait on that. You can wait on that.
all right, dude. I want to
I
say
mean, we're
the Phoenix.
technically not there. We still
Uh,
have time to
yeah, I
like
want to say
change.
Phoenix is gonna win it, but to be honest, I'm lying to you if I say Phoenix. The Bucks would.
I think, in my opinion, the Bucks are gonna take it all as well. Okay, it depends on who wins the series. If the Bucks win the series, they're taking it all. But if the Nets win the series, they're taking it all. But I believe the Bucks can win it this series. From the West, I think it's gonna be Jazz. But like I told you, I think they're pretenders. I don't think they're like that much of contenders. Um, I don't think they're that as good as people say. Donovan Mitchell is playing great. All respect to him. He's a great player, but I don't think they are that good. Um, but I don't think the West is gonna win this
Well,
season.
it's just a bad look for me if the Nets win, because you see all three superstars in the who joined the Nets. You're like, oh, so now this is the way to win. You need three superstars to win. If you don't have three
Exactly.
superstars, you can't win the championship. So I just believe it's a bad look if the Nets win it all. They have a good chance of winning it all, but I just hope they don't. You think it'll be a bad look for the NBA or no?
It's gonna change things. I mean, think about it. LeBron did it. He won championships. Then KD did it with Steph
The
Curry
Warriors.
and the Warriors. And then now
He's doing
KD
it again.
again. Yeah, he's doing it again with the Nets. So there's gonna have to be another super team, um, and it's gonna be that super team against the other super team, and it kind of sucks because it kind of takes away from the game. But all respect to the Nets for pulling it off.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they
In the
pulled
first
off the
season,
unexpected.
yeah.
Like no one thought like they would have three superstars. You would have put money on the Nets like the beginning of the year, you probably make millions of dollars now because like the numbers they had were like crazy.
I guess. But I want to say something. You said about the super teams. I'm not sure if you saw Steph Curry. He was playing golf today, and I saw it like on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
it showed. It was like this guy saying, "Oh, I'll come to the Lakers," and he was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but he was like, they have to beat the Suns first. So like like it was something that like he would like join the Suns. I'm not sure if you saw that. You saw that or
No,
no?
I didn't.
But imagine Steph Curry with Chris Paul. With I mean, it's a bad fit because Chris Paul's the point guard. But um, with
I
that
don't
team,
think he
bro,
would fit in that team though.
that's crazy though. I
I
mean,
think he would fit more with the Lakers if anything, because the
well,
Lakers don't have a point guard.
the Lakers don't have a point guard, but what you could put Debug as a small forward, and then put
That's normally what he
Steph
plays
Curry
anyway.
and Steph Curry as a shooting guard.
But then who would you rather have the ball in their hand, Chris Paul or Steph Curry?
Both of them, bro. You go, I go.
See,
That's
Steph Curry is a great player and a
oh
great
he
scorer
was
off ball, but Chris Paul needs the ball to be doing good.
yeah. So if you give it to
Mm-hmm.
you give the ball in Chris Paul hands, and then just I'll throw it off to Steph Curry. I feel like that would be a sick team.
That would be crazy.
Well, I guess. I don't think he's gonna go to the Lakers. I'll tell you that.
I don't think so either.
So we
I mean,
talked about.
that would be the best thing for Laker fans, but that's not gonna happen.
Wait, I have a question. So you remember when we talked about when Chris Paul was trying to join Kobe with the Lakers, but then things
Mm-hmm.
happened. So I'm just curious about it. Why was James Harden allowed to join? What's it called? KD and Kyrie.
Different
Isn't
different commissioner, and I think the NBA realized they effed up by vetoing the trade. Um, and it was like I said, it's a different era, different time in the NBA. Like now, it's not frowned upon to make a super team. Now it's like
yeah.
you need to make a super team in order to win. Back then, it's like, nah, this is cheating. Like
'Cause
this is too much.
I see something like I see people bring it up on like on TikTok and stuff like that, or like, um, well, if why was James Harden allowed to join the Nets if Chris Paul wasn't allowed? And I was like, I want to do more research in that because I had no idea why Chris Paul wasn't allowed. I feel like that would have been great for Kobe and the Lakers. I mean, it would be good for you, not good for me, since that was when I believe Yao Ming and T Mac was here. We would still get destroyed by you guys, so it wasn't even fair. But I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
I think that's it.
Dude, I hate your shirt. I just wanted to say that before the podcast.
Really, coming from the cheater himself. Coming from the
Hey,
cheaters themselves.
hey, I didn't
Everyone,
cheat. Hey, I didn't cheat.
everyone, He's an Astros fan, and I'm a Dodgers fan. And that series, I had told Sahara, Dodgers are gonna win.
And they
And they should
lost.
have won.
And they
They
lost.
lost,
They lost.
but they turns out they were cheating the whole time.
They
So it makes sense.
lost. They lost, bro.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like they lost, and there's
Hey,
nothing to
hey,
it.
I just know if we still go to the stadium, we still have the trophy in there. This is
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, which is really pathetic. Like the MLB just like slapped their wrist, like, "Hey, don't do this again," but didn't like.
I have my dress pants on and I pissed on the water.
Like the MLB did not do anything to like discipline them at all. But it is what it is. You guys get your trophy. We got ours finally. So that's all. That's what matters.
You guys aren't going to win it this year.
No, I don't think so.
Didn't you guys add so many people? Like you guys added like another superstar, right?
They added Bauer in pitching, but like in like hitting wise, I don't know. I don't think so.
I've seen you guys play, and then in the beginning they were like you guys were like undefeated, right? Like 11-0, and then
Something like that. They did really good.
all of a sudden you guys just like I'm dropped down,
Yep.
and I'm like let's go. Well, I mean, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for joining me, Josh. Like you're my MVP instead of Jokic. I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
Sahara like text me like in the
last
morning.
minute.
He was like, "Hey, can you do this with me?" And I'm like, "Let's do it."
And I'll talk to you right now after. Thank you for watching. Peace.